If you're thinking about homeschooling, you better think fast, because the real endangered species is homeschoolers. Unions now say that even preschools and day schools have got to join the union. That's the first entrance. The unions don't want you to homeschool. The NEA is openly against it. We often hear opponents warn of homeschooling dangers. Oh, the inadequate standards of academic quality. Oh, it's crazy. So I want to get my hands around this one, okay? See if we can understand this. What they're trying to say here is if you homeschool your children, they won't be as smart as those in public schools like these.
Can you name one Democratic candidate for the 2012 presidential campaign?
No.
Nope. You can't do that one either.
In what war did the U.S. gain its independence?
I don't know.
The British War.
The Civil War?
That one.
That one. That one.
Sounds so much better when I can't hear him because I have these on my ears. Boy, I hope my kid will be that smart. I've never met a homeschool kid who said something quite that stupid. But that's only danger number one. Danger number two, of course, lack of socialization with peers of different ethnic and religious backgrounds. Okay. All right, so what that's saying is, your kids are going to be, hillbilly racists if they don't go into a public school. Because the kids in public school, they're not racist at all.
They don't make a living for themselves. They just drop out of high school. I'm going to have kids. I'm going to get a welfare check.
I'm going to get my GED.
I'll get my GED. I'm going to go work at McDonald's. And, if I keep having my babies, Shaniqua, Liko, and Jaqueque, I'll keep getting my welfare check for having my babies.
Oh. So we're hoping that we can put our kids into public schools and then they'll be just as good as these public school kids. Okay, all right. So your kids will be smart and they won't be racist. All right, got it. So far, public school is, boy, you're setting the bar pretty high there. Danger number three, the potential for development of religious or social extremism. Oh, man. Those crazy religious zealots and extremists. Boy, you are right. Kids in public school, they are just so totally normal, and there's nothing extreme that's going on in public schools at all. And the last two dangers here, potential for development of parallel societies that don't fit into the standards of citizenship or the standards of community. So wait a minute. There might be a secondary society that wouldn't be like the current standard of the community. I personally think that's a reason to teach my kids at home. I don't want them fitting into the standard of this society. This one? No, thank you. But it's not like our kids in school are out of control or anything. Not at all. Anyway, the last danger, children sheltered from mainstream society or denied opportunities such as social development. Can I tell you something? My kids, who are homeschooled, are screaming from the closet every day when I get home. They're like, Daddy, Daddy, I just want to meet another kid. And I say to them, shut up in there. Oh, man. So you heard it here first, and twice, I think, on that list. Socialization with peers. And now this. It's impossible to enter society unless you do it through a public school. You certainly can't do it at church. You can't socialize with a neighbor. You can't socialize at a local store. Can't socialize at the local restaurants, the Little League, the dance classes, the ballet classes. You can't do it. Man, you can't socialize in a public park. Nope. Gotta be a public school. Man, if I just had about that much more of public school indoctrination, I'd actually begin to believe that bull crap. But the indoctrination failed on me. Now, it's even worse in Sweden. where we've told you before, homeschooling now is virtually banned. Religious reasons aren't even considered a valid reason to homeschool. That law passed in 2010, and anyone who wants to homeschool are now fleeing the country. The president of the Swedish Association for Home Education has been forced into exile. He's gone to Finland. Oh, well, things are much better in Finland, I'm sure. Quote, they've given us a very clear reason to leave the country. They've given us a very strong message. It's shameful for Sweden. It's really, really shameful for Sweden. That's the painful thing. It makes me really angry that a country calling itself democratic can treat its people this way. See, this is what democracy looks like. Also in Sweden, this Orthodox Jewish couple is being threatened with a massive fine of $2,400 per week if they don't enroll their 4 eligible kids into public school. Now, this makes total sense. Once you figure out who these wackos are, I mean, and what they've done to their kids, well, they have a family of 11 children. Hello, hurting Mother Earth. See what I'm saying? But their children have had pretty disastrous results, really, when you look at what they've done to them in homeschooling. The 6 oldest kids, washed up losers, you know, okay, they're pursuing careers in education and all teaching at high schools or universities abroad. But the younger ones, look how stupid these guys are. They're on the computer from 8 a.m. in the morning till 1:15 in the afternoon, just 5 days a week. They learn to master a full schedule of Judaic studies, including proficiency in Hebrew, and then afternoons it's English and Swedish and mathematics and geography and science and music and art and gymnastics. And all the children speak English, Swedish, and Yiddish fluently. And they can read Hebrew by the age of 4 or 5. And their extracurricular activities include community work with regular visits to the elderly, helping out with Sunday Hebrew school classes for other Jewish children taught by their parents, and other educational activities. But we don't even know if they like Swedish fish. We have no idea. We have no idea at all. None. Now, I'm sure the Swedish school system could do better than this dad, right? Right? I don't think so. There's one more story I want to share with you right here from home. 13-year-old girl writes an essay on Frederick Douglass. In the process, she takes teachers to task for what she says amounts to engaging in similar tactics that Frederick Douglass wrote about a long, long time ago. They're making slaves. What? What? Now, this made the teachers so mad, she no longer can go to school there. They kicked her out. How dare you question the teachers? We'll hear from her and her mother coming up.